with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow.
Hey everybody, this is a trade recap on my NVIDIA options trade earlier today. Just kind of going through it. Again, this is just for me to kind of review and practice on, just to kind of see what I did right, what I did wrong. So I had spotted NVIDIA breaking above and retesting a key level that I had marked out on my chart, 184.50. It's kind of 184.50, 185. 185 from today, you could kind of see it was kind of in between that little zone level, but 184.50 I've had on my charts for a little bit. We're also had kind of gone down and touched previous day low and a pre-market low, and we bounced off of that, reclaimed over the 184.50, which we had been kind of dancing on earlier, and then we went above it. So I was kind of looking at this level for maybe a break and retest of 184.50 to see if we could target upside highs, high a day, and then kind of up and beyond that. So that was kind of the idea. So this is me kind of seeing it dance around this level. I had a 1 minute fair value gap in green there marked out to see if we would respect that, and we got this candle that just kind of wicked all the way down and then was kind of hanging in there, so I was undecided on what this was going to do, and I was pretty happy that I remained patient on this and I didn't just jump right in. So I'm just monitoring kind of what it's doing at this level. If it obviously gives this up and goes back below previous day lows, then maybe I'll look for a short play, but right now I'm interested in longs. We had kind of some back and forth action this morning, and I saw some upside plays, so I'm just really looking at longs on the trade for this. Also NQ and ES at this point in time, they were kind of respecting some levels, so I was hoping that with that NVIDIA would follow suit. So now we can kind of see a pop back up, reclaiming that fair value gap, waiting for the candle closure, right, just to get some confirmation. There is a 1 minute fair value gap above that I'll mark out here in a second, but you can see that right now. Candle closes, 3, 2, 1. Alright, now the play is, can it come back down into that gap, wick up and go green? If so, then I know there's buyers stepping in, and then I would kind of jump on a call. So now I'm watching this candle. We were retesting the fair value gap, cool. 5 minutes holding, 2 minutes kind of wicking down, don't like that. But the 1 minute, okay, now we're respecting the gap, 20 seconds left, 25 seconds left. Can we go green with this candle? Nope, so we're still back and forth, so I'm holding off, not doing anything. There I am, I see the gap. So now I'm like, okay, even if we do hold this, we would have to inverse that gap above in order to be really bullish. Because that's potential rejection, right? We've already rejected up there at the 185 area. So 1 minute held. It's a red candle, but it held. Still being patient. Need a little bit more confirmation, but I'm getting more and more interested. Just doing a quick 1 hour, 15 minute wicking up. Got some buyers here for sure at this level. Now I got the 5 minute on. 30 seconds left on the 5 minute. Can this close above my 184.50? Then we'd have a hammer candle if so. I'm just kind of going back and forth, checking the different time frames, making sure everything's lining up. So again, I'm happy that I held off and didn't just jump the gun and, you know, get super excited and buy in. 5 minutes, not gonna hold 184.50. Okay. 2 minutes still in its own 2 minute gap that's not marked out, but the one I've got the 1 minute marked out, not the 2 minute one. Just playing price action off the 1 minute. So now it's kind of setting up for rejection of 184.50, right? If we're not going to push up, is this 184.50 going to reject? It's definitely a level. Buyers and sellers are here. It's just kind of seeing who's going to win and what's going to happen. That's not a 1 hour. That's the 1 minute. Just type that. 5 minutes wicking down off of 184.50. All right, here we go. Here's a little pop. Rejection. It's a battle here. I mean, it's back and forth, so the best thing is kind of just to wait, see who wins, right? Which I'm happy that I did. I'm just kind of like, is my idea still legit? Did I map this out right? And I can kind of see previous day low here, you know. This is a zone for sure. We're in a 1 hour fair value gap. That's this green. And this is from a couple days ago that I just had marked out. This is where it's like a support zone that I had mapped out. So it's a 1 hour gap that's already been tapped into, but I'm treating it as like a buying support zone. Now I get our move. 155's pushing up. Create a new fair value gap. And I'm checking the option chain again. I'm getting more and more excited now. We're going to inverse that 1 minute. That's marked as 1 hour. We're going to inverse that. That's a 1 minute. And now we've got a first prevented gap on this push. We've got a inverse closure above. We're getting to the top of the 1 hour gap. And you got about 1 minute and 45 seconds left of this 1 hour closure. Now I'm thinking, okay, if this 1 hour closes above the gap, that purple, I'm noticing that purple pre-market high level is off. I didn't mark that this morning, which is a mistake, you know. Hopefully that wasn't throwing me any weird signs, but yeah, it looks kind of weird. We'll ignore it. I'm glad it's kind of with that 1 hour gap. Now I'm kind of seeing, okay, what's risk reward here? If I'm targeting the 1 hour gap above 187 area, a 1-to-1 would be previous day low, really. But that's a nasty risk. Like $2 on this for a small account like me. Who's playing shorter term contracts. That's pretty. That would be a lot of in the red drawdown if I'm gonna sit in that. So I'd prefer to have my risk not quite extreme. There we go. Now I see my pre-market's off. Good. Get that out of the way. One hour is wicking, so we're not going to close above the gap, which sucks, because that would have been a huge confluence, right? Close above that, looking good, but we still got all these awesome wicks on the 15. There's buyers here at the zone. but I'm not convinced yet. We made a couple of gaps now with that last candle. So we're gonna touch in that, and now I'm kind of getting the FOMO, like, hey, I don't want to miss this move. This thing could just shoot. But again, I'm happy with how patient I'm being. That's good. Alright, this is marking out the 2-minute gap. Wicking up. Now it's kind of interesting because 185 is definitely the other level. So it's like this zone between 184 50. Oh, it's the zones between 184 and 185 for sure. Just kind of going back and forth. But now, the top of this orb, the top of this fair value gap, the 1 hour is like right at 185. Just making sure everything's in check with, like, hey, if I take this, where's my risk? Where am I wrong? If I take this, where am I wrong? And the answer, yeah, now I'm looking at it and I'm getting pissed off because it's going without me. Now I need to wait for the retest of 185 is really the play. So we're pushing up, extending over 185, which is good. Back of my mind, I'm hoping I don't miss this, especially for spending the last 10-15 minutes looking at it. You know, marking out 185, right? I recognize that's a new level. Now my play is retest 185, hold, punch in, and then I've got still, I don't like my risk being so low for my small account, right? Don't want to have major drawdown. It's Friday, but I'll take next week's. I won't take today's expiration. Now I'm getting even more frustrated because I'm seeing this thing go up. We had the push off candle, and then this is the continuation candle, and if we hit that 185.82, I guess, could use that as the next break and retest, but it would just be so extended. Like my entry, I missed the entry you see was that fair value gap wick up candle, but I missed it. Didn't feel confident in it, but if I had grabbed it there, I would have been in for, I don't know how much, 50 cents. And then this is the crazy thing, right? We're coming straight down, and I hate it when we do break and retest, when we go straight up and we come straight down. You know, I'd rather go straight up and then gradually come back down slower. When we come straight back down, I always get screwed for those. I've got to document, just see how often it happens where I don't win with it. But I've noticed when it comes straight back down and gives it back up, kind of V-shapes the other way. That's when I get smoked. So, I know the outcome of this is not the best, but right now I'm watching and I'm kind of happy with my decisions, right? Kind of holding off. I did have FOMO. I didn't pull the trigger, which is good. See that rejection candle come in. You know, anybody that bought up there is kind of freaking out right now. And we got this 1 minute, and if we go past this 1 minute, then it's going to get pretty bad. If we invert this 1 minute, then it's not as strong. It's not to say it's not going to work, but it's just not as strong. Like, that confluence idea is gone. So in my mind right now, I'm hoping for a 185 retest. I'm hoping for a wick down and closure hold of this 1 minute gap, and I'm crossing my fingers that we don't just push down and close, invert the 1 minute gap. Because then I gotta make a decision, like one confluence versus the other. Alright, approaching 185. Looking at the option contracts. Getting ready. Here's the fake drop. And we touch 185 though. This is where I think I get FOMO. Because looking at this now, we're gonna possibly invert that. And we haven't hit 185 yet. Okay, we did not invert. Still weak, but we did not invert. Here comes the bounce to get all of the buyers pumped up, right? Everybody's getting excited, being like, oh, it's bouncing, it's green candle. No, not yet. Be patient, be patient. Alright, here comes the 185 touch. Nope, nope. Get the buyers excited. Oh, there's buyers, there's buyers. Like, get all the people buying in, right? Like me. Here we go. I saw that, got excited.
Order filled.
Enter the FOMO. So I'm in on that candle closure, right? We did not, see the problem is we did not get above that fair value gap. So now I'm excited. So at this time, I'm not showing it, but the market, NQ and ES kind of is looking kind of bearish. And then check this out. So we never closed. We never reclaimed that gap, which was a sign that I should have recognized. But I got that FOMO, got in too early. So now I'm like, where's my stop? Is it 185? Is it 184.50? Do I risk it for the previous day low? Like, where is the stop here? So now the big question is, do we hold 185? I mean, in theory, this is a break and retest of 185, but we didn't hold that 1 minute fair value gap. We inversed it, which is not great. So in hindsight, obviously, it looks like waiting for it to touch 185 would have made sense. But I mean, this could have just went, right? Here comes the retest. Alright, breaking through. Now I'm like freaking out. The good news is it's a next week option, so the drawdown's not actually that bad. I'm down $6, which is, you know, was that 4%, 5%? But now we're giving it up. Now it looks bad. Now my only hope is, okay, giving up 185, is this a fake? Like, is this a fake out? Are we just gonna wick back up? Let everybody think that we're actually faking this move, giving it up, but we really need to get back above 185 or this thing is going to be cooked. And then in my head, I'm convinced that, oh, we've got this trend line, and now I'm drawing the fib because I'm trying to think of every reason in the world to stay in this trade, even though we're giving this thing up. That looks so bad. But I'm trying to come up with other confluences that keeps me from selling and losing this trade. down 7%. I'm really upset now. And now I'm thinking, this is another mistake that I make, is okay, when I'm down and I find a reason for it to bounce, I usually will average down, which is such a bad habit of mine. But you can watch me right here, average down time. Because if the play works, man, then I just bought in at the wrong time, and here's the right time, and now I can get a better price, right? But I'm a small account, and I'm already wrong, and I just put more money into a play that looks wrong. I mean, again, it depends on where my risk is. Perfect world scenario, I'm risking previous day low, but I'm a small account, so I don't want to deal with, you know, more than 20-30 bucks of drawdown, and that's where this thing is headed. So I'm kind of in panic mode, hoping that this trend line holds, and if this trend line breaks, I'm screwed. So we broke 185, and we just touched the gap, made a gap, touched it, rejecting off of it. Now I'm sweating. Now I'm like, oh man, 184.50 is my only hope. And the other interesting thing about 184.50 is the 618 on the fib. I'm probably trying to figure out, do I buy another one and average down again? Down 17, 19 bucks, 6%. Getting a little hopeful now because we just got something off that 618. And that's a 2-minute. That bigger green box is the 2-minute gap. Now I'm crossing my fingers that the 618 plays. And this is a mistake of mine because I shouldn't be in the trade hoping. Right? I don't want to get in here and start hoping and wishing that this goes in my favor. Like, I want to have confluences and reasons why it goes in my favor. I don't want to just get lucky. And right now, all signs for this, to me, are saying, hey, look, this is a pretty nasty sell-off. We just faked above 185. We trapped all those buyers, me included. The good news is I didn't buy above 185. I bought the retest, right? But then I didn't sell it when we started giving it up. And now I'm down 30 bucks, 9%. All right, now we're getting a wick back up. Getting lucky. So now in my head, because I've had so much drawdown, I'm looking to get out. Like, my mind is like, I got to get out of this trade. I've been in this thing for, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes, I think. Or maybe not that long. I've been looking at it for that long, but I haven't been in it that long. I'll have to go back on the timestamp and see actually when I entered. I don't know how long I've been in it. But in any event, I'm just like tired of the drawdown, tired of being wrong, and I want to get it. I want to get out. I want to escape. So I moved one of my option calls down to break even. And usually when I'm down like this, that's what I'll do. I'll move one to break even, get something off. But it's happened to me so many times before that my break even right there, it usually gets to like $1 or $2 within it, and then just flips the other way. And I could have sold out at break even-ish, and I didn't. And that's kind of like happening right now. You see this wick down, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna retest the trend, and this is even more bearish confluence. The 1 minute and 2 minute are wicking off of this thing. There is a 2 minute gap that we haven't touched. 1 minute we touched. I mean, the only thing that makes this thing bullish is a reclaim of that 1 minute fair value gap in red. If we reclaim that, reclaim the trend, and reclaim 185, then I'd be more happy with being on the bullish side, but if you look, that's almost kind of like now a head and shoulders pattern that looks like it would form if we do that, which is kind of scary. But I'm just trying to get out of this without too much wrong, because I mean, if this thing just drops and tanks, it's gonna be $40 or $50 loss if I don't have my actual stop loss engaged. If it were to go all the way down to previous day low, and I'm not gonna sit through that. So I'm trying to find a way to get the heck out of here. Down 13 bucks now. This is where I just make the decision, you know, let me take one off. I don't need this much risk. If it goes, cool, maybe I can use the other one to break even, but I'm getting, it's very interesting to watch you kind of go through. I'm like, get it off, nope, it's going. And then, you know, I know better. I should have just taken it off, because now I lost out on another $3. And then I'm like, okay, screw it. If it's not going to take it, then I'm just going to put it back up. I'm almost stubborn. So the good news, held the 618. It's rejecting off that 50, rejecting off the trend. And now this candle is like ripping my heart out. I mean, honestly, I should have probably gone into this trade knowing I was going to give it the previous day low, regardless, right? Just go in with one contract, which honestly, I would only be down 10 bucks right now with one contract. I wouldn't be down 20 bucks. So would that have made me more comfortable? Probably. And then I could have actually given it previous day low. And if it rejects previous day low, then yeah, I'm totally wrong. I'll be honest, I'm in kind of panic mode. I want to get out of this trade. I'm like looking for an opportunity for this thing to bounce, get me out. And the real bad news, if it bounces and works, I'm going to sell early because I've been in so much drawdown. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to take a big loss from my account. I'm like, yep, I'm over it. I got to get out of this. And in my head, I'm just convinced I got it. This is the opportunity. It's like, get one off.
Order filled.
Get more comfortable. There we go. So a $7 loss. Got out 143. Got out on a good little push up before that wick down. And now I'm going to be a little bit more comfortable sitting in this thing. Alright, so we're finally getting kind of our push back up. We're going to retest 185. Now, if we reclaim it, that would be pretty nice, pretty sweet. And we could rip. If we reject it, then it is what it is. So if we were to reclaim it, I mean, you see my targets would be the 185.61 and then the 185.82. And then back to my original 187. But because I've been in so much drawdown, I'm honestly hoping to make just a quick buck, maybe make my money back. It's kind of where I'm at, which is not the best approach. I mean, if it goes back up and my trade's being right, then why wouldn't I be in it till 187? You know, why wouldn't I stay in? But mentally, this is a mistake that I made. It's just I get in at the wrong time. I sit in drawdown. I sell to escape, and then I watch the trade do what I thought it was going to do. You know? My heart's about to sink right here. Please do not wick down. This is where it just rips your heart out, right? It's working, and you see that candle come in, try to spook you out. It's exactly like the last, look at the last peak up there. It's the same thing, that you had that candle push up, immediate rejection candle, got a gap. If this thing breaks that gap, it's just heartbroken. 185 retesting, there we go. 185, can it hold? And I know this is only around $10 bucks, you know, $5, $10, but I'm a small account, you know. I hate losing, and you know, I'm trying to get better, trying to learn, trying to grow. And this trade is just like, this was a roller coaster of a level right here. And you know, I entered too early on the first time. I should have waited. We're doing a reclaim of the inverse, which is crazy. Like, we inverted the gap, confirmed. Now we just reclaim the inversion. We proved that we can hold 185. Confirmation's there. Alright, we just tapped the highs. But again, I just want to get the hell out of this thing. There I go. I'm just like, bringing it down buck by buck to try to just get out of this. Not at a loss. Too much stress.
Order filled.
They're done. So 22 cents. Minus 22 cents. All of that, like 40 minutes for minus 22 cents. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching the video and hanging out. If you'd like to follow my trading journey, please consider subscribing. Also, if you'd like to help me out, I'd really appreciate if you check out my band. If you heard any of the music in the intro or during the voiceover, this is all my solo music project, and you could really help me out if you checked out the page on YouTube, listen to some of the music, and subscribe. I'm on Spotify as well. It's Undergo Band. Thanks everyone, appreciate it.